the Dragon had learned to see. With the introduction of the Type 052C destroyer in the mid-2000s, the People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, had finally mastered one of the most complex technologies in naval warfare, the phased array radar. For the first time, China had its own Aegis, a ship that could track and engage multiple air threats simultaneously. It was a stunning technological achievement, a vital first step towards building a modern blue water navy. But this first step revealed a much larger, more dangerous problem, a crisis of quantity. The Type 052C, for all its innovation, was a prototype in all but name. Only 6 of these complex, expensive, and difficult-to-build ships were ever completed. 6 ships, for a nation with a coastline nearly 15,000 kilometers long, an emerging fleet of aircraft carriers to protect, and global ambitions. 6 destroyers was not a fleet. It was a token force. It was a powerful statement, but it was not a credible shield. This was not a minor issue. It was a fundamental weakness that threatened to cripple China's naval ambitions before they even began. The United States Navy's fleet of Aegis warships was the global standard, built in staggering numbers over decades. In any potential conflict, China's handful of Aegis equivalents would be hopelessly outmatched, a thin blue line that could be easily overwhelmed, flanked, and destroyed. Their brand new aircraft carriers, the pride of the nation, would be left dangerously exposed. Their dream of breaking out of the first island chain was a fantasy if they could not build a proper, numerous and powerful escort fleet. The Type 052C had been a brilliant proof of concept, but it was not the final answer. It was too complex. Its missile launchers were an inefficient Soviet-style revolver design, and it was not designed for true, large-scale serial production. China was facing a hollow fleet crisis. They had the top-tier technology in a handful of ships, but they lacked the industrial capacity and the workhorse design needed to build a true armada. They didn't just need a better destroyer. They needed a destroyer that they could build by the dozen. The solution was a masterclass in rapid, pragmatic evolution. It was to take every hard-won lesson from the experimental Type 052C program and refine them into a new, mature, and mass-producible design. This was Project 052D, the Luoyang 3 class. The lead ship CNS Kunming was the blueprint. But a blueprint is only a piece of paper. The true test, the ship that would prove the blueprint was not a fluke but a replicable reality, was the second ship of the class, the CNS Changsha, hull number 173. The Changsha was the critical validation. Named for the capital of Chairman Mao's home province, her very name was a statement of national importance. She was a testament to a refined, simplified, and rationalized design, optimized for the assembly line. She was equipped with the same flat-panel Type 346A Dragon Eye radar as the Kunming. She carried the same universal vertical launch system with its 64 cells, capable of firing a full spectrum of modern Chinese weapons. But her most important feature was her very existence. Her rapid construction and launch so soon after the lead ship was the signal that the era of slow experimental shipbuilding was over. The commissioning of the CNS Changsha in August 2015, just over a year after the Kunming, was the moment the plan proved it had cracked the code of mass production. The Kunming may have been the first, but the Changsha was the ship that proved there would be many, many more to come. She was the first beat of the unstoppable, drum of the Dragon's new armada. The proof of the Changsha's success is written in the steel of the more than 24 sister ships that have followed her down the slipways. The Changsha was not an outlier. She was the new standard. Immediately upon entering service, she was assigned to the critical Southern Theater Command, the front line guarding the South China Sea. Her deployments have been the undeniable proof of her importance. The Changsha did not remain in home waters. She became one of the plan's most active and high-profile workhorses. We have seen her, the proof in her presence, acting as a key escort for the CNS Shandong aircraft carrier strike group, forming a powerful, all-domestically built shield for China's second carrier. We have seen her leading her own independent surface action groups on long-range patrols deep into the Western Pacific and the Indian Ocean. In one notable deployment, the Changsha was part of a powerful task force that conducted joint exercises with the Russian Navy in the Sea of Japan. A clear demonstration of her blue water endurance and her ability to integrate into complex multinational operations. The successful, high-tempo, and incident-free operations of the Changsha, the first of the many, provided the final, irrefutable proof that the design was sound. The industrial base was ready, and the Chinese Navy was now capable of building and operating a world-class destroyer fleet at a scale that shocked the world. The legacy of the CNS Changsha is that she is the ship that turned a brilliant prototype into a world-changing fleet. While the Kunming was the revolutionary blueprint, the Changsha was the validation of that blueprint, the ship that proved the revolution could be mass-produced. She is the embodiment of the moment China's naval ambitions transitioned from a hopeful dream into an overwhelming industrial reality. She is the unsung hero of the Type 052D story. She is the ship that ensured the Southern Fleet would receive its own modern shield, balancing the power of the plan and enabling its transformation into a true two-ocean navy. The story of the Dragon's Armada is a story of numbers, and the Changsha was the first proof that those numbers were real. The CNS Changsha is more than a destroyer. She is a symbol of a nation's ability to turn a brilliant idea into an unstoppable industrial force. She is the ship that proved a single blueprint could forge an armada. In the great power competition of the 21st century, the Changsha and her sisters are not just ships. They are the new steel reality on the water. Share this video to explore the fascinating